A wedding is rarely just a celebration of union. It is a high-pressure, reality-bending ritual that serves as a beacon for every opportunistic chaos entity within a 10-mile radius. And in the Moonlit Wedding Catastrophe, the sparkling, snarky, and lethally paced entry in Molly Fitz's Merlin's magical mystery saga, the concept of a cozy mystery is weaponized into a high-stakes, arcane industrial survival thriller. Fitz, the master of this crystal-infused, spirit-haunted, and spellbinding odyssey, delivers a visceral, deeply intense, and humor-laced masterpiece that treats the act of wedding planning not as a social duty, but as a perilous, reality-anchoring maneuver. This isn't a story of whimsical starlet romance. It is a rapid-fire, deeply intense plunge into the logistical nightmare of maintaining order in a venue where the supernatural guest list has a predatory agenda. The perilous collision between a desperate protagonist's search for stability and the absolute, unchecked malice of an ancient, wedding-aligned entity that views human vows as a catalyst for catastrophic reality tears. And the terrifying truth that when you plan a moonlit event in Merlin's jurisdiction, you don't just host a party, you synthesize a reality-stabilizing buffer against the encroaching, sanity-eroding void. Fitz hooks the audience instantly by constructing a high-stakes, hyper-focused trap. A talented, disenfranchised magic user, forced to defend their client's big day against a series of supernatural invasions, finds themselves bound to a legacy that requires the systematic, tactical manipulation of nature's own unrefined power to survive. The narrative center zeroes in on the protagonist's methodical, high-pressure descent into the vow stitching, a state of hyper-rational, magic-infused social maneuvering that forces them to parse the fundamental, reality-rewriting intent of their wedding-aligned magic. As they traverse the oppressive, candle-shrouded aisles of the ceremonial grounds and the dangerously shifting, memory-saturated gardens of the estate's borderlands, they realize that their performance is not merely a service provision. It is a systemic catalyst that is drawing the attention of the uninvited, entities that hunt those who dare to master the joy that consumes reality. The investigation into the sudden, coordinated disappearance of the bride's most valuable, magically charged heirlooms quickly escalates into a dangerous, high-stakes tactical chess match as they discover that the entire wedding venue has been covertly funded by the very darkness they are working to keep at bay. Forced to juggle the logistical nightmare of a rapidly decaying, reality-bending research project, the constant, suffocating threat of archival erasure, and the mounting, undeniable encounter with the cost of their own burgeoning power, they must synthesize a new way of existing, one built on tactical linguistics, radical, improvised spellweaving, and an unyielding, purely human refusal to let their truth be redacted by the venue's relentless, physics-enforcing machinery. Fitz's writing style is unapologetically rhythmic, machine gun fast, and saturated with an intense, authentic blend of wedding arcane jargon, sharp, cynical, intellectual wit, and high-stakes environmental dread. She builds exceptional structural tension by pairing the mundane, aching routines of survival, cross-referencing tactical seating charts, deciphering forbidden, ritual-aligned texts, and enduring the quiet, crushing weight of constant, vigilant isolation with the chaotic, nightmare-filled assaults of the venue's truth-guarding spirits. The story moves forward with a relentless, momentum-driven energy, turning routine analytical probes, calculated maneuvers through the estate's secret, flower-filled basements, and tense, high-stakes standoffs with lethal, logic-warping figures into pulse-pounding steps closer to an inevitable, reality-defining confrontation. The presentation thrives on this sharp, analytical focus, making every discovered anomaly, every executed reality stabilization command, and every deep-seated fear confronted feel like a high-stakes victory for the human spirit. What makes the Moonlit Wedding Catastrophe an exceptional entry in the modern cozy dark fantasy canon is Fitz's unparalleled ability to develop a highly compelling, logic-driven consultant whose cognitive discipline is treated as a supreme navigational asset rather than a tragic, fading memory. Watch as they transform their experience with obscure, moon-bound data into a compass, learning to navigate the chaotic heavens to outmaneuver a power that operates with absolute, terrifying precision. As the structural walls of their reality begin to collapse and the true scope of the wedding danger is exposed, the pacing transforms into a breathless, heart-pounding race to maintain the shred of truth they carry before their consciousness is permanently unstitched by the venue's relentless physics-enforcing machinery. The final act is an absolute masterclass in suspense, delivering a barrage of explosive realizations, shattered paradigms, and a spectacular, jaw-dropping climax that completely leaves the reader thoroughly stunned. For fans of thrillers demanding a brilliant, character-driven, and masterfully paced exploration of physics and ritual imperialism, this book delivers an unforgettable shock.